If you're fully booked for the next 2 months, but still cannot pay yourself a decent salary, something is broken. And it's not your work ethic, it's your pricing formula. So let's fix that in the next 5 minutes. So here's what nobody tells you at trade school. Being busy is not a business metric. Revenue is not a business metric. The only metric that matters is profit per hour of your time. Right now, you might be making less than the kid working in and out. Difference is he gets overtime benefit, you get stress and tax bills. So here's the hard truth. Your customers are getting a great deal, subsidized labor funded by your family financial future. Not because you're generous, but because nobody ever taught you the real math behind pricings. So let's change that right now. So let's break down the math that trips up most contractors because this distinction costs people six figures a year. You spend $100, you charge 150. You think you made 50%. You didn't. You made 33%. Here's a breakdown. Your $100 cost divided by your $150 price equals 66% cost. So flip it around, that 33% margin, not 50%. So when another contractor says, hey, he runs a 50% margin, and you think your 50% markup matches that, it really doesn't, because he's making up 100% to get 50% margin. They're marking up 50% to get 33% margin. So that 17% difference on $1 million in revenue, that's $170,000 you're leaving on the table every single year. This isn't about bad math, it's about using the wrong formula. So stop using markup, start using margin. This difference is real money in your account. I mean, think about that. Restaurants, they are empty, raise prices or die, right? Restaurants that are packed solid, raise prices or stay profitable. So you're packed solid. So why aren't you raising prices? So basic economics, high demand, low supplies equal higher prices. But in construction, we've been trained to think being booked out means that we've maxed out our earning potential. Wrong. It means you're underpriced. If you can raise prices 25% tomorrow and keep 70% of your customers, you accidentally trained your market that you are the budget option. And budget pricing doesn't build wealth, it builds burnout. So I want you to pull out your calculator right now and let's count the costs most contractors forget to charge for. Okay, so let's look at truck payments and insurance, $1,200 a month minimum. Tools that need replacement, $200. Gas for all those material runs, $400. Your phone plan, $100. That software subscription, $150. Workers come even during slow weeks, $800. General liability insurance, $300. So that's $3,150 a month before you've done any actual work. Working 160 hours a month, that's $20 an hour just to exist before materials, before labor, before profit. But you're charging $65 an hour thinking you're making $30 after labor. Reality check, you're making $10 maybe. Now add the 6 hours you spend this week on estimate that you didn't close, the 2 hours fixing the callback for free because customer service, the hour dealing with the supply house mix up. Most contractors remember to charge for materials and labor, but they forget to charge for running the actual business. And that's the gap between self-employed and being a business owner. And the gap is costing you thousands of dollars every month. I want you to stop by what you're doing right now. Open your bank app and look at the last month. Take a look at the money that came in, the money that went out, just for job and material only. Subtract money came in, money went out, and divide by the money came in. So you take that difference, and if the percentage is under 40%, you're not covering overhead. If the percentage is under 30%, you're slowly going broke. And if the percentage is that under 20%, you're literally subsidizing every job you take. Yeah, but Sammy, I marked everything up to 30%. Here's a disconnect. 30% markup is 20% margin. That doesn't even cover up overhead for most contractors. You're working hard, but the math isn't working in your favor. See, the number you actually need is 35% minimum margin for survival, 45% for a sustainable business, and 50% if you wanted to build real wealth. And that translates to 54% markup, 82% markup, and or 100% even markup respectively. Yeah, those numbers sound high. That's because most of us were never taught to price for profit. We're taught to price to get the job. That's a massive difference. So in one spreadsheet session with one prospect, we found out that his average service call had 18% margins. 18. His supply house was making more profit per job than he was. So now when we set up the new pricing structure, flat rate book, no more cost plus whatever feels right. The minimum service charge went from $125 to $325. And the average ticket went from $480 to $740. Did he lost customers? Yes. The ones who wanted our premium work at discount prices, and that was fine. The result was 2.4 million revenue instead of $3 million. That's great, but $820 in gross revenue instead of $540,000. He works 4 days a week now, drives a truck he's proud of, takes actual vacations without emergency calls. So less work, more money, same skills, different pricing. It's not magic, it's math. So tomorrow morning, before you call it any new job, so take your annual overhead before anything, divide that by 16 billable hours. That's your break-even hourly rate. And if it's not built into your price, you're working for free. Trust me. Second, your next estimate, add 35%, just test it. If they say yes immediately, you've been leaving money on the table. If they say no, you just avoided a job that would have lost you money. Third, review your bottom 3 customers. The one who grind on prices, pay slow, and complain most. Calculate what they actually cost you. Then decide if they're worth keeping. I hope this adds value to you. I hope by opening your eyes on how to look at your price formula. If you need help, please drop me your comment. Let me know what you struggle with. Myself and my team would love to jump on a call or a Zoom meeting to help you out. Thank you so much for your time. I'll see you in the next one.
This has been another episode of our tax saving video series. If you enjoyed this video, please like it, subscribe below, and share with other business owners. You can find previous episodes and more information at www.bostacpa.com. Thanks for listening and have a great day.